Welcome back. This is Teresa Adams with the Community College of Denver. We're actually going to do some examples now using reference angles, finding our cosine, sine, and tangent, and all the trig functions, using reference angles without a calculator. So as we take a look at our first one, and we want exact answers. So we take a look at our first one, we have the cosine of 120 degrees. So let's think about where 120 degrees lies. 120 degrees lies in quadrant number 2. There's 120. So that means that cosine will be negative because cosine's negative in that quadrant. What we want, though, is we want the reference angle. We want this. So we can define this as equal to negative, cosine is negative there, the cosine of that reference angle. So we have to find that reference angle. I'm going to go back to black because that green is not doing much for me. Okay, so the reference angle, the way we do it is 180 minus 120. So our reference angle is going to be 60 degrees. So we can do this as the cosine. Let me erase that. Thought the green was going to work. It didn't work. Okay. So this is equal to the negative, because we're in quadrant 2, cosine of 60 degrees. And we know the cosine of 60 degrees is 1/2, so it's a negative 1/2. Take a look at our next one. We have the secant of negative 540 degrees. So we know that that's got a full rotation. So if we do the negative 540 degrees and add to it 360, should be a plus right there, plus degrees, this ends up being a negative 180 degrees. So negative 540 is one complete revolution, and then one more to a negative 180 degrees. So that's negative 540 degrees. And we don't have to worry about reference angles because it's lying right on the x-axis. So we can just say that the secant of negative 540 degrees is the same thing as the secant of a negative 180 degrees, which is equal to it is the co-function of cosine. So the cosine of a negative 180 degrees is negative 1. The reciprocal of that is negative 1. Let's take a look at the tangent of 5 pi over 4. So the tangent of 5 pi over 4, so here we go. We don't know where it lands. So I'm just going to look at the fractional part, not worry about the pi. So 5 over 4 is more than 1, less than 1.5. So I know I'm somewhere down here. Here's 5 pi over 4. I want that coterminal angle, because this one I do have to worry about. The coterminal angle is right here. So this is going to be equal to 5 pi over 4 minus pi, which is going to be pi over 4. So this is going to be equal to the tangent of pi over 4. Now wait a minute, do I need to worry about the plus and minus on this? Well, yeah, I do. But tangent, because we're in quadrant number 3, tangent's positive. So I can just find the tangent of pi over 4. And the tangent of pi over 4 is going to be positive 1. Let's look at the cotangent of 13 pi over 6. As we look at the cotangent of 13 pi over 6, go back to my black pen. Again, I'm just going to look at the 13 over 6. 13 over 6 is more than 2, less than 2.5. So that means I have gone a full rotation, and I'm up here somewhere. So there's 13 pi over 6. So in other words, I need to find my coterminal angle, I need to go, okay, this is going to be 2 pi. Ooh, wait, let me erase that. This is going to be the 13 pi over 6 minus 2 pi, which is pi over 6. Oh, we're in quadrant number 2. Everything's positive, so this is just going to be equal to the cotangent of pi over 6, which is going to be the square root of 3, positive square root of 3. Now, if we want to find the exact values using our calculator, we just go ahead and plug in the first one, the sine of 55 degrees. Our calculator will do it. We don't have to worry about doing anything. Going to 4 decimal places, this is going to be approximately, because these are all approximately, equal to 0.8192. Now we'll look at the cosecant. This is where our reciprocal functions come into play. We don't have to worry about cofunction. We don't have to worry about any kind of reference angle, but we do need to worry about its reciprocal function. So as we take a look at the cosecant of 49 degrees 19 minutes, what we're really going to put in our calculators is we're going to put 1 over the sine of 49 degrees 19 minutes. And don't forget, you do need to convert that 19 minutes into degrees. And when you do that, so you're going to do and put in your calculator, you're actually going to put in your calculator this. Then you're going to get an answer, and then we talked about this before using your reciprocal button, the x to the negative 1 or something, whatever yours looks like for your reciprocal button. Your reciprocal button may either look like this, maybe x to the negative 1, or it might be 1 over x, whatever the case may be. You go ahead and do the sine of 49 degrees 19 minutes after you did the conversion of the 19 minutes. You use one of your 2 reciprocal buttons, whichever one you have, and then you'll get the answer. And I did that. Don't forget to make sure you're in degrees, not radians, or otherwise you'll get a radically different answer. So it's a positive 1.3187. Let's take a look at our last 2. So the tangent, oh, I'm missing a 5 pi. There should be a pi in there, so squeeze in a pi right there. That should be 5 pi over 7. Let me just go like this. This is the tangent of 5 pi over 7. That's pretty straightforward. Just go ahead and put in your calculator. Do make sure that you're in radians instead of degrees, otherwise you're going to get different answers. Cotangent, this is because of the fact it's the function of the tangent, it's going to be 1 over the tangent of negative 189 degrees. And you put that in your calculator and you get those answers. These are the answers I got for these 2. Negative, because we're in quadrant number 2, 1.2569, and this is negative 6.3138, and that's because we are going negative, so that puts us in quadrant number 2. If you have any questions, bring them to class and we'll talk about it when I see you. Thank you for watching.